Hey everyone, this is Jack. This is going to be a very quick bar-by-bar review of the S&P 500 futures contract for Friday, May 29th, 2026. I got to get out of here pretty quick, so I'm going to try to make this really short. You can see my chart markup and comments for the day there. On the daily chart, we've been in a strong bull trend. We've been staying above the moving average. The bull trend became parabolic and led to a correction down to an area of support. Looks like we have a possible double bottom. And then we've gotten a couple of legs up coming into the day. Yesterday was a strong bull trend bar, and it's likely to get some follow through. But the prior few days have been trading range bars. And because we're at an all-time high with trading range price action, it's likely that we'll find sellers above and pull back. But it's also likely that the bulls will try to get some follow through here. So probably some variant of a trading range day coming in. And on the 5-minute chart, you can see we had a trading range lasting for several hours yesterday, and it's still in a bull channel, yes, but it's very likely that if we break out above, that we would test back down into this range, possibly today or possibly in the next trading day or two. I'll make the bars a little bit bigger. All right, so bar one, a doji bull bar, likely sellers above and buyers below, and a good indication that today may have a lot of trading range price action, but we may go higher. We've been in a strong rally for the last hour or two of trading, but I imagine that this bull breakout of a bull channel will fail within a few bars, so better to wait. And then bar two could be a climax, but it's clearly a strong bull breakout with a very strong close. It's likely that we'll go higher, but this could easily fail and lead to an opening reversal down, so still better to wait. And then we get bar three, more good follow through. Whenever you have consecutive strong trend bars on the open, it's a good indication that it's a trend from the open, and this will likely lead to a channel and a measured move up, possibly. But with most days, this could still easily lead to a trading range. So okay to buy the close and use a stop either below the bottom of the breakout or the bottom of the follow-through bar, betting on a measured move up. But if the market starts to go sideways, you got to be quick to make decisions. 4, follow-through, closing above the prior bar, but hesitating here at a half measured move up of Globex range, the green line, the red line being the Globex high and low. So I imagine we find sellers not that far above, but I imagine we also go a little bit higher. And then bar 5 pulled back and then rallied. So on a smaller time frame, that's a couple of legs up. So we might form a trading range here, and we may start going sideways. And that's what we have for bar 6. Not a good sell, so probably buyers not far below, and then sellers above. Possible micro double top if we continue to turn down. A possible high of the day if we do continue down as well, and possibly could lead to an opening reversal down, and that would make bars 2 and 3 a climax. And then we get bar 8, possibly a buy the close bar. We have the bottom of a trading range with a low of 4, so you will find buyers at and below this bar for a test up. We did not retest the high close on bar 5, so we may find buyers here looking for that test. And then bar 9 tried to get there but failed and reversed down. This could be a micro double bottom at the bottom of a tight trading range, so we may find more buyers at and below. But if we break out below, this could accelerate down, and that would make this an opening reversal down. And it looks like that's what's happening with 10. Tail, but I imagine we pull back and go at least a little bit lower. And then 11. A point of clarity, a very strong close and 2 consecutive trend bars. I imagine we go lower and test the open of the day. We're just breaking below the moving average. We've been above it for quite some time, so I imagine we pull back here and hesitate. We went a little bit lower, tested the open of the day and bounced. Pretty strong bull reversal bar, but the context is a tight bear channel, so likely sellers not far above. And then follow through and a shaved top. But a lot of overlap here. This could just be a pullback and a bear swing down. And it looks like with bar 14, that's what the bears are getting. Now, 14 is a very large bear breakout, but if you just look at the day so far, we don't have a new low on the day, and we have a very climactic second leg down. We have a trading range day so far, so we may find buyers not that far below, but you'd have to use a very wide stop. We could get a measured move down, but unlikely. We're probably looking to test down into the trading range from yesterday, so I imagine we go a little bit lower, but I imagine we find buyers soon. Follow through, but getting some overlap here and a tail into the close of the bar. Likely buyers not far below, and then more follow through but a bigger tail and a smaller body, so likely buyers down here, possible double bottom with this swing point and micro double bottom from yesterday. And then a big bull climax with a large tail on 17. Probably nobody saw that coming. Possibly always in long, but a really big tail. This could correct down and we might test the low close. I would be careful here and just wait for a couple of bars. Inside bar and another big tail, but a bull bar, so possibly buyers below. And then another inside bar, this time with a stronger body and close. Likely we'll go above the high of bar 17. We've got trap bulls up here, so we might look for a test up to that point. More follow through 20, 4 consecutive bull bars up, and a strong first leg. This could be the start of the second leg up, and so far it's complex, so I imagine we find sellers somewhere around the swing point here. And then a bull climax. Probably we pull back here. This is 2 legs up. We may go higher. We may get a new high of the day here, but I imagine we pull back. And then 22, bears looking for a swing down, or at least a scalp down, a couple of legs sideways to down. Reasonable to take the short, but I would be quick to get out. We reverse back up. Bulls will look for a second leg, but we might find sellers above, possibly the high close. Looks like we found them there and bounced, and we're holding above the moving average, so I imagine buyers below 24 and 23. Sideways, I imagine sellers above 24, and then 26, bull bar. Tight trading range. Bulls want a bull channel, but bears see a tight trading range and a double top, so probably sellers above. And then we've got 27. Like I said, buyers below 24 and 23, but I imagine we go sideways to down, and then 28, double bottom, tight trading range, and not very good follow through for the bears, so I imagine we rally here. Sellers above, but doji, not good for the bears. I imagine buyers below either of the bars. And then 30, bears trying to get the breakout, but it looks weak so far, so I imagine buyers right here. And then bull bar, reversing up, we'll probably test the upper part of the range, but we may pull back first. And then 32, point of clarity near the top of a tight trading range. A lot of trading range price action here. Tails overlap, bad follow through, so I imagine sellers above the swing points here. And then a doji, not a very strong sell, so probably buyers somewhere below 32, but reasonable to take the sell. And then I would get out right here. Probably we go a little bit lower, but probably buyers somewhere below the moving average. And then bull bar, looks like we didn't quite get to the high close. We might need to go a little bit higher, but I imagine we go sideways to down. And then 36, bears trying to get the breakout again, but it's weak. I imagine disappointing follow through. It was very disappointing. Strong bull reversal, but now we're back at the top of the range. So probably we go a little bit higher, but I imagine sellers not far above the swing points. And then 38, another point of clarity. Maybe we go a little bit higher. We've got trapped bulls at the stop entry price, not that far above, so I imagine we find sellers here. And then bear bar. I imagine we trigger the short, but it might be disappointing. Possibly buyers in the gap here between 36 and 38, but a reasonable short. 40, good entry bar, good follow through. We might pull back, but I imagine we go lower. And then good follow through and tail. Possible double bottom with 36, but I imagine we go at least a little bit lower. Probably sellers above the bar or bar 40. And then 42, 4 consecutive bars down. We're getting more trending behavior. Probably the first reversal up is minor, likely sellers above either of these bars. Possible double bottom with 37, but a tight bear channel down, likely to go lower. Micro double top and a low 1 at the bottom of a trading range. Probably buyers not far below for a bounce. Weak bull reversal, I imagine sellers above 43. Doji, probably sellers immediately above. And then 46, looks like a pullback to me. Possible double top with these highs. I imagine we go a little bit lower, but probably buyers not far below the trading range lows. We broke out, pulled back. Reasonable to think about selling here. Could be a breakout pullback short. Better to look to sell above something than sell the close here. We could bounce double bottom at the lows of the trading range. Micro double bottom here, but just trending lower. And then starting to collect more bear bars. We'll probably test below 47, so probably sideways to down. And then bear breakout. Possible wedge bottom here and breaking out below a trading range. Unlikely to get very far before it fails, but reasonable to bet on a little bit more down. And then doji, disappointing for the bears, but a very weak looking reversal. Probably sellers above 51 and then sellers above. Strong close, but an outside bar. Trading range price action. We probably go a little bit lower, but I imagine buyers not far below. And then a climax. Possibly buyers at the sell signal bar or the buy signal bar high for the bulls and the midpoint of the Globex range. A lot of trading range price action in this move down, so probably buyers and then reversal up, pretty good looking bull bar. Tight channel down, we have a wedge bottom that failed, and it's reversing up with a strong buy signal. You can probably buy the close betting on a test of the 53 high, possibly up into this tight trading range. And good follow through 56. We might pull back here, but I imagine buyers somewhere around the midpoint of the rally. We went higher, pulled back, and then we closed inside the range of the prior bar. I imagine we go a little bit more down, but probably buyers here. And then a bull bar. Bull's looking for a second leg up, possible micro double top if we turn down. I imagine we go a little bit higher. And then good entry bar for the bulls, right at the moving average, possible double top. But I imagine we go above 53. And then we channeled higher. We got a pause. We have two legs up. We'll probably start to find sellers at and above the bar, but we may need to go a little bit higher and test up into this tight trading range from earlier. And then good bull bar. With a complex second leg up, two legs up after a big sell-off, back up into the middle of this tight trading range. I imagine sellers above 46. And then bear inside bar, likely buyers below. And then another bear bar. This could be two legs up and a complex second leg, so this might lead to a test down. But I imagine buyers somewhere around the midpoint. And then a big bear climax, possible double bottom with 57. We might get to the low close, but a big tail, good indication of buyers below. And then channeling sideways here, I imagine buyers right below these bars. And then possible micro double bottom if we turn up. But reasonable to take the short, just big risk. And we had a pretty strong rally here, so we might be low in the range. We got a higher low with 55 from 16. So we're probably in a broad bull channel on a higher time frame, likely buyers somewhere below. And then good reversal up, but probably sellers up here, so we might pull back. And then good entry bar for the bulls buying the close. Probably will go higher, but we probably need to pull back as well. And then another follow-through bar and a tail. I imagine buyers below, but we probably go below the bar. And then 70, a pullback, but likely buyers at and below the bar. Retest of the bar 69 high. We probably get to the buy the close bar, high close on 61, and probably find some hesitation there, but a good bar on 72. This could be a buy the close rally into the close, but I imagine because of all the trading range price action, we go a little bit higher and find sellers. Good follow through 73, but another point of clarity and getting close to the stop entry price for the bears, so I imagine we hesitate there. 74, more follow through, but likely to pull back soon. And then a good signal bar for the short, probably buyers not far below 74. And then a pullback, likely sellers at and above the bar. And then a climactic second leg down. We probably go a little bit lower, but likely buyers in this area. And then 78, sideways to down, probably buyers here. And then a strong buy signal. We probably go a little bit higher, but probably sellers somewhere up here. And then sideways. So overall, the day was a trading range day. It had some trending behavior, but a lot of trading range price action. So it's better to look to enter on pullbacks and bet on breakouts not getting very far. And overall, pretty tricky day, but not bad. And on the daily chart, we probably go sideways to up here. I imagine we find more sellers above the high and probably pull back, but probably buyers not far below this trend bar. And we probably create a broader bull channel. So that's all the time I've got. I've got to get out of here. I appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe, leave me a comment, and I will talk to you later. Thank you.